Alright folks, I am not a videographer, but I thought you might like to see my natural habitat. And for William, I don't think I speak like a Mainer. So we're in my kitchen right now, and in the back you can see the hockey net, and we gave up on keeping the rink clear probably about 3 weeks ago. We've just had too much snow and it's still March. But we have the hockey sticks by the back door and all the variety of skates. So we're well equipped for winter around here. So leaving my kitchen goes into the garage, and this is my shop. So I'll do the best I can and not make anyone seasick. So when you first come in this shop, it's a, I guess, 1.5 car garage. All of my bigger tools are on wheels so that I can move them out of the way if need be. So that's my 6-inch Delta planer. I picked that up used on Kijiji and cleaned it up. It works great. My rigid planer with the stand I built for it with the outfeed arms and rollers. Then we have my Bosch table saw. It's on a gravity rise stand. And this empty spot on the floor is where I wheel my tools and use them. When it's nice, I open up the garage door and work outside. So there is my secondhand Makita chop saw, 10-inch sliding. Got that for a great deal. And then if I slowly turn the corner here and look at the other side of the garage, this is the stuff that I hope to be gone into the shed that we're building. So we've got bikes hanging on the wall, and we have Adirondack chairs. There's the ping pong table of doom, the barbecue, the snow blower, various assorted things. And I've gradually been trying to push all that stuff farther and farther toward the front. But in the next few months, my husband's snowmobile will have to come in, so I'll lose about another 10 square feet of shop space. So opposite the wall where the other tools were, there's my Rikon. I don't have the resaw fence up right now, but I will shortly because all that pine needs to be cut. This is for my friend's Adirondack chairs that she requested for a wedding present. So I cut them down to sizes to fit the pattern pieces, and now I'll have to resaw it to get 2 pattern pieces out of each piece. So, see if I can back up a little bit. That's the door that I came in. Then we have the recycling and the dog's crate and all those other things that accumulate in a household. But the other section of my, more hockey sticks, the other section of my shop is right here. I have, there's my workbench. I love my workbench. I just got the front vise reinstalled, which is nice. That was a royal pain in the neck. So if I'm standing at my workbench, I can see out towards the garage door, and there's the wall with my tools on it. So for those of you who like Kaizen foam as much as I do, Jeff and whoever else, this is probably my favorite drawer. I've got my chisels and my saw, and then I have my sharpening jig in there. The rest of them don't have foam yet because I'm still figuring out what goes where. Mallet, my hand planes and scrapers. I noticed the other day that they're getting some rust on them, so I'm going to need some cleaning and figure out how to prevent any more rust. The other drawers, got Kaizen foam there with the basic tools that I use regularly. And then we just have stuff, sharpening. And this drawer is full of old files that I bought, I think for 10 bucks. I got a box of files on Kijiji, cleaned them all up, and absolutely love them. I've used them regularly. So, and if you look this way, go from my bench, that's the entryway into the house. But behind the bench is sort of a bit of a cubby in the garage. And that's where I started off working. So we've got a countertop, and there's my secondhand drill press, which is great. Bought it from a gentleman, I think. Can't remember how much I paid, but it came with a manual and was bought in, I think, 85. Works great, no problems at all. Pegboard, and then just junk, more junk, coolers, household stuff above there. And then below that is my wood cart. That's on wheels. It gets tidied and then it gets messy again, and then it gets tidied and it gets messy. But I try to keep the exotics over there and then the maple and birch over there. But now I have a bunch of pine that I have to find a spot for. So then we have the 2x4 shelves that I built. Those are handy, but of course I'd built it differently if I were to do it again. My big goal, once we get a shed, is to put a wall there so that when you come in the side door of the garage, there's a wall, and then that little room would contain shelving for the non-wood shop stuff, so that there's stuff that can stay in here but it won't get dusty, and then lay claim to the rest of the garage for my wood shop. So up above that door is one set of the wood rack that I put up. So it's pretty full. And there's another one above my work countertop. Right up there. And that's also full. So I've got some bird's eye maple, and I love trolling Kijiji and picking up lumber for cheap. And this unit was from a government building that was being torn down. So that gets changed around, but I basically keep some small hand tools in there and whatnot. So there's lots that I'd like to do, like everyone else. I'd like my shop to be tidier and have a spot. So I have lots of ideas. But at the end of the day, I'm lucky to have a shop to work in. And for those of you who are wondering, the girly calendar that my husband insists on having usually goes right there. And for the video, I took it down. So there, Randy, just for you. There's the girly calendar. She actually has clothes on, but it's hard to tell. So, just one more view. Oh, there's the router table that I'm working on. Doe had sent me the top section of that and the router tabletop. So what I've done is I'm added a second box to the bottom. And now I'm going to make a maple base for it to sit on casters, and then put in a couple of drawers. And then to hide the seams on the side, I think I'm going to use some maple. Anyway, I have an idea, and we'll see how it turns out. So that's it. That's my shop. I'll just do one. Oh, there's my dust collection system. That's the cart I built with my Oneida dust deputy and just my rigid shop vac. So I wheel that around to whichever machine I'm using. I mostly use it for cleaning up the shop afterward, but it comes in handy, and I'm really happy with the cart. I built it so that it would fit the rigid shop vac, and all the attachments are there. There's a spot for the broom and my earphones and all the various attachments. One of the big challenges in this shop is there are 2 outlets. One outlet is way in behind those chairs under the bicycle, and the other outlet is way, way in the back corner, the farthest corner, in behind those shelves. So what I've done is I've run a power cord for the bigger machines, and then I have to run another extension cord from that far corner, and I have to be careful which one I put on which, because I'll trip the circuit, which means another trip to the basement. So there you have it. There's my shop, and this is looking from my shop back into the house, and thanks for looking.